Hey BoLS fans, AdamHarry back again with another BoLS overview. Today we are going to look at the new Force and Destiny role-playing game. It's a core rule book from FFG to play in the Star Wars role-playing game. First off, let me get this out of the way right now. On page 338, it actually goes over how to combine this game with the other two books. Getting closer. The other two books, Edge of the Empire, and of course, Age of Rebellion. So, here we have it, right there, plain as day. I want to get that out of the way right up front. Yes, this is compatible with the other two. Yes, it's actually designed to do that. The Edge of the Empire book has a mechanic called Obligation. The Age of Rebellion book has a mechanic called Duty, and again, those two are compatible. You can play with them and it gives you suggestions. Force and Destiny introduces another mechanic to keep track of called Morality, and again, it's good versus evil. So this game is totally compatible with those systems. I just want to say up front, they give you suggestions on how to do that, how to balance rewards, different plays, stuff like that. And it's actually really good advice for honestly any type of role-playing game environment where you have different cross-section of players and stuff like that, different abilities. So this is right up front. I want to get that out of the way right now. So yeah, that said, here's the book. As you can see here, it is a hefty tome of knowledge and role-playing fun times. So it uses the same core mechanics as the other two games, the same special dice, the different polyhedrals, different markers, and stuff like that. So that's all in there as well. You can see here is the back of the book. It's a big, big book, big game. This one does focus, surprisingly enough, on Force users, Jedi, Sith, that type of stuff. You get new races, new heroes, or excuse me, new races, new classes, and stuff like that, new rules and stuff for Force sensitive and Force attuned characters and stuff like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive through. Again, this is going to be a quick overview. I'm not going to go through the whole book because it's 400 something pages. How many pages is it actually? That's 439, and that's not the end of it. So yeah, that's 445-ish. So let's just call it over 440 pages. So tons of stuff here. Again, it's done in that awesome FFG style for Star Wars. As you can see here, it's an awesome painting of Obi-Wan. So just all the intro stuff here. Again, it uses the same kind of dice you see in the other games. All that fun stuff. It goes through all the mechanics, how to play, very important. If you're familiar with the system already, it's pretty straightforward if you've ever role played before. We'll go through all this stuff real quick though, or a lot of it. So how the different difficulty stuff works like that. Building a dice pool. It's a dice pool game, so you actually roll a different dice pool. The challenges rating adds a difficulty die to things, and you roll that. Basically, you roll all your dice pool to see the results, and then your DM kind of, or your game master kind of makes up the story as that goes. So it's chock full of great artwork already. Lots of fun stuff. We'll just jump right into character creation. Again, walk you through how to do that in this book. Again, if you're using the other books, you totally compatible, ready to go there. So it's all good to go. Lots of fun stuff. Obviously, lightsabers are going to be in this game. It's very popular. So if you want to be a Force user, they actually have a bunch of crazy stuff. They do have a couple of new races in here. So of course they have humans. Got the big-headed dudes, which they make me laugh. Anyway. So we got all, and the different races have different stats. Obviously, as you can see, let me zoom in real fast to these guys. You can see here special abilities. So again, different races, different stats. And that's the Malarian, Miri Allen. Sorry, I'm butchering that. But you get the idea. It's, character building at its finest. So flip through that. Again, Twilix. Whatever you want to play. You want to be Darth Maul. You can be Darth Maul. You can totally make that character and be Darth Maul if you want to. So we get into career and specialization. That's what I mean by classes. This game has different stuff like that. So tons of things there. So we'll start here. We'll just go through the consular real quick. There are different roles, how they're supposed to play, or the theme behind playing a consular, excuse me. There are different career options here. So you've got a healer type here with all the different stat trees and everything like that. Again, if you're familiar with the system, you've seen these before. We've got a Nimian Disciple, all their stuff, a Sage, how do you go there? And then Guardians, another career, and then their roles and stuff. Everything's laid out for you, so it's pretty cool. And then the different styles of play, I guess. The Mystic, again, these are all Force users pretty much. The Seeker, this is more of a stealthy, or not stealthy, scout type character. Sentinel. Again, if you're familiar at all with the Star Wars, a lot of these Guardian, Sentinel, Consular, these are going to be familiar terms to you, so you get to play those again. So, and of course, the Warrior. So, and different stuff. Aggressor. I'm reading these upside down. So, Shicho Knight. So, and then we have a Starfighter Ace, using the Force to, get better starfighting. Not a bad call. And then we go through step 7, determine derived attributes. And we'll go, I'm not going to go through all this stuff because, again, we've seen this in the other games before, so won't do all that. But it's very detailed. Obviously, this book is very dense. It's chock full of the background, how to do stuff. It's going to break down skills and attributes for you, all that fun stuff. How to roleplay. There's a houndstooth. It's pretty cool. Yeah, stealth abilities, combat. Again, it's going to break down combat skills, all that fun stuff. Everything you need to know how to play the game. A lot of the stuff is a little bit of a rehash from the previous books, but that's just because these books are standalone. You don't need the other two to play. You can just pick up one of the 3 and play a campaign based off of that. So, again, totally compatible. Also, totally fun to play independently. Here we have the talent section. Again, role-playing games, skills, talents, attributes, lots of information to go through, descriptions, stuff like that. Again, book is very, very dense, but at least it's got a lot of pretty pictures in it too, so you don't have to read through everything as you go through. It's a cool shot. We have gear and equipment. This is going to be a very popular one, very popular section if you are a fan of Star Wars at all. I was flipping through this before it did this overview, but it even gets into some of the detail, just the crazy gear and equipment available in Star Wars. It even talks about different types of armor. Later on, there's a whole section about Force attuned objects and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But it's just fun. It really gets you wrapped up in the universe to go through here. We even, if I can find the section here, there is an entire section about lightsabers and lightsaber crafting. These are all just gears and tools and stuff like that. Holocron cubes are a big thing too. Here we go. This is the whole section about lightsaber attachments. If you want to upgrade and customize your lightsaber, it talks about the different types of crystals, the effects those crystals have in the lightsaber. It talks about how to build a lightsaber, all that fun stuff. Some very rare materials that come from the Karat dragons and stuff like that. So it's just insane amounts of detail if you're a fan of the franchise. If you want to play some Star Wars RPG for legit, you're probably going to want to pick up this book just to have as a reference for, if nothing else. But it's just all that fun stuff. We'll get into this section here is the narrative and structure gameplay. Again, how do you balance that, or how the game is designed again to handle all that stuff. In combat is very free flowing. So how it all works. And again, you kind of drop in between a narrative mode and a turn-based mode if you want to. It's got different suggestions on how to play the game. So it's kind of up to you and your party. It goes through, I think it even talks about, environmental effects. I think it even talks about space combat lightly at one point. But all the combat you can think of, different surfaces, recovery, healing, all that fun stuff. Yes, spaceships, or starships and vehicles. We'll get into all that stuff. Combat. you know, I was talking about this last time we did one of these. I think it was for Age of Rebellion. You could play a game of X-Wing if you wanted to determine what happens in spaceship combat, but all that fun stuff. A lot of this artwork, again, it's FFG, so they have a lot of licensed artwork and stuff like that. It's all really good stuff across the board. There's a Z95 Headhunter there. So, very pretty book to go through, just to flip through it. Interstellar travel, we'll get through all that. Obviously, it's going to have vehicles and from different eras. I believe that's the here was it Delta Sky Sprite. So, and X-Wings obviously. I didn't see any new ships pictured, so I'm not sure. Freighter, capital ships, again, and all that. So, yeah, all the types of stuff, and then of course we have a whole chapter 8 here on the Force, how it works, the dual nature of the Force, the philosophical debate, all that fun stuff. The Force and Destiny, how that works as a rule mechanic. You know, it's a dice roll, it's other stuff too. These are special Force trees, so Force power trees. So you have battle meditation, you have the bind tree, you've got enhance to make yourself better, combat and stuff like that. Foresee, telling the future, seeing, you know, shots are gonna be fired or whatever. And then you have the heal harm, force lightning, I think is in here somewhere maybe. Influence. These are not the droids you're looking for. So you have misdirect. So yeah, the different trees move. See, I'm not gonna go through all these, but then we have for the Game Master. It's a pretty wicked picture of Palpatine. Scary looking dude. And again, this is for the Game Master. You know, if you're a player, you don't really need to read this section, but it does how to play a Force and Destiny game, all that good stuff here. So how to plan a campaign, how to interpret the dice roll. It's almost like reading runes in some cases, but it has a whole section about how to interpret dice rolls to make it, how to make the game make sense for your players and stuff like that. So it's pretty good stuff. Yeah, moving right along. Again, just don't want to. It's a very dense book. I don't know how to really properly. I don't want to flip through the entire book pages, but I do want to mention a couple of things. It does have the villains and adversaries as well. So new villains and adversaries. It has planet descriptions, stuff like that. Yeah. So, oh, this section is Jedi and the Sith. So it talks about the different ideologies and stuff like that of the Jedi versus Sith, that conflict. Different Force users that aren't Jedi or Sith, really. But there are other factions. I mean, they kind of fall in one or two camps, right? But, and then we have the adversary section. This is just new NPC baddies, pre-gen, for you to kind of use and stuff like that. And last but not least, the last section I want to really get into is the lessons from the past. So this section is interesting because it is adventure, but you can actually combine this with the GM kit, the adventure and the GM kit, to make one full long adventure. I don't want to spoil it, but it involves kind of it's kind of for new players. It'll walk you through how to get a lightsaber, how to improve your stats and things like that. So it's pretty neat. It's a great intro, but everything's kind of spelled out for you and mapped out in character sheets and the references and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's pretty great. This book, very high quality, very well done, just like the other books. If you already are playing Age of Rebellion or Age of the Empire, I highly recommend picking this book up. If you're the GM or just a player, you know, you're going to want to flip through it. It's got a lot of fun ideas in there to use and make your games even more entertaining and fun. So check that out. Force and Destiny from FFG, the core rulebook. Again, it works with the other ones just fine, or you can use it as standalone, or you can pick and choose. It's an RPG. The great thing about those is those games are really, I find, the best RPGs are more based on the party that you're playing with and the players that you're playing with versus the actual rulebook and the mechanics. But if you want to play in the starting of Star Wars, you will find no better guide than the series from FFG. So kudos to FFG. They killed it with this book. Again, it's big, it's heavy, A lot of dense information there for you. If you're a fan of Star Wars, holy crap, there's so much to read. I could spend an hour going through just reading on camera, just going through the book. I don't want to, but I could. So again, it's a quick overview. I hope you enjoyed it. Go pick it up. Go check it out at least. Give it, it's worth a look. So again, AdamHarry from BoLS signing off. Have a good one.